Hope everybody's well. This is Coach Smith at the University of North Alabama, one of the assistant men's basketball coaches. And just wanted to share some things with you on just what I've been reading and, just give you a quick word for the day. First thing, hope everybody's safe where you're at. I mean, I know that's a big deal through this time. But the scripture I want to kind of start with was Matthew 7:24. And I want to kind of talk about foundation and having a God first mentality kind of through this time and just for me on your everyday. So it says in 7:24 verse in Matthew, it says, "Therefore everyone who hears the words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. The rain came down, streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against the house, yet it did not fall, but it had its foundation on the rock." I think sometimes, in life, things are going to come at us, and it's talking about, the wind blew and everything went up against the house. But when you have that foundation in God and you have that foundation in Christ, I think that's a big deal. I think that's what you got to have, especially through these times, through times that are, when you don't know what's next or what's the next move, or you have a big decision to make. I think when you have that foundation on the rock with Him, nothing can really knock your house down, even when things don't look too good. So I think that's the main thing. You got to have that foundation. But the one thing I always, talk about all the time with myself and my family and just, friends, what are you going to build on top of the foundation? What are you going to build on top of it? Because are you keeping God first in everything that you're doing? Are you just putting in that, as a coach, sometimes I'm coaching players and, we got scouting reports, we got things going on, we're recruiting, we're leaving. And sometimes the busyness of life comes across, and sometimes you push God to the side and you just kind of focus on your job when you're a coach. And the same thing can happen with a player. Say if you're a player, you got your homework, you got classes, you got study hall, you got weights, you got film sessions, you got 100 things going on, and sometimes you put him to the side. And one thing that I think you got to constantly do is you got to constantly put God first in everything that you do, every decision that you make, and you got to be constantly putting Him first in everything. Because sometimes, not that you want to do it purposely, I think sometimes you don't want to do it. It's one of those things, you don't want to do it purposely. You're not trying to get away from God, but sometimes your busyness and your attitude towards my goal, that's what you focus on, or it's my job or my sport or my thoughts or negative thoughts, or I'm worried for fame. My goals are bigger than everything else. And so my thing is this: I think you got to have that God first mentality in everything that you do, especially in this times right now where we're all together, with our families, we're at home, and you have time to spend more time with God and develop a stronger relationship with Him. But at the same time, when we go back out, there's going to be a new normal. My pastor talks about the new normal when we go back out. Are we going to use these times to learn and grow with God? And then in our new normal, is He going to be fully a part of our lives, in our sports, me as a coach, in our families, the little things that we miss when we get back going again? Are we going to keep Him first in everything that we do? So my thing is, and I pray that everyone, keep a foundation with Him. And then what are you building on? Keep God first in everything that you do on an everyday basis. And so I pray those things for everybody. And again, stay safe and God bless.